Hello, listeners. We are Tooth and Claw Podcast. We have our wildlife biologist, Wes Larson. I am his younger brother, Jeff Larson. And then we have Mike, who is once again our editor. So shout out Mike.
And he's not happy about it.
I can't wait to stop editing again. Get back here, Bill. You're rehired.
Bill, thank you for all your help.
Bill, it's become clear to us that if we didn't hire you, the podcast would have been over by now.
Yeah, Mike would have. I don't know.
Quit.
I think he would just move to another country and not tell anyone.
We just would never hear from him again.
Back on the menu, boys. It's back on the menu.
Well, we love you, Mike.
Yeah, hopefully, we stay at a point where, we're a successful podcast, but not, super successful, because then Mike's gone once he gets enough equity.
So I'm thinking,
he has enough money. Yeah. That's like $20,000 for Mike, and he's done.
You guys could probably buy me out at a really nice price right now.
Right now?
Right now. Yeah. This is the moment.
That's kind of funny because I was really hustling to get ready to record because I realized I had to go turn off some sprinklers and stuff. And right as I was coming into the shed, I think Jessie could pick up that I was behind schedule and she could ask me for something in that moment. And I would say yes, because she came up and asked me if I could pay for a new horse trailer and that she would pay me back. And normally I stay out of all horse things. And I just was like, yeah, sure, whatever. We got to record.
That's a big one.
She literally is going to come slip a check in under that I have to sign as we're recording.
Man.
Which is silly. Yeah.
Smart. Good move, Jesse.
You just let her buy some pigs too, right?
Yeah, which was my other, when we got our property, I said, hey, the one animal I don't ever want to have is pigs because they smell and I just am not a fan.
But then she found some animals you'd rather not have more than pigs,
exactly.
too, right?
Yeah, like goats, other things. But it's been...
Elephants.
We've been here now 3 years, and she's just gradually been chipping away at me. And finally, she said, if I put them in the very far corner, can we have them? And I said, yes, but it's conditional. If I ever smell them, they're gone. And they're meat pigs, too. We're going to eat them at the end of the year. So they'll only be here a few months. Yeah.
You don't think you'll get too attached, a la Nicolas Cage and Pig?
I could go kill both of those pigs right now, and I wouldn't feel a thing.
Oh, geez.
Actually, I would. I
think
hate
the guy who won't kill bugs anymore.
I know. Yeah. I've been thinking about that a lot, actually, why that ended up being my resolution.
Yeah.
And I just think it's there's been so much death in the world that I just can't handle anymore. Me and Jeff went fishing recently, and we caught a lot of cutthroat. And at the end of it, I was kind of I don't know if I can fish anymore, even. Because and not that we were killing them, but just hurting them even. I kind of am, I'm pretty sensitive to that stuff right now. So anyway, sorry, that took a serious turn.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like your meat pigs are turning into just pigs.
Well, I'm not doing any of that. Jesse's going to take them to someone that's going to butcher them. And anyway, I prefer store-bought bacon, which is kind of silly, but I do.
How often do you have
pretty often
other
Jeff.
bacon?
Pretty gosh darn often.
Okay. I don't think I've ever had non-store-bought bacon.
I don't think I have either.
We buy pig meat from farmers, local farmers.
But not at a store. They have a trench coat in a back alley they're dealing out of.
Yeah, you meet them in parking lots. Last time we met them in the grocery store parking lot and got pigs, pig meat from their cooler. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not at the store.
Mike,
Anywho.
Yeah.
You can't leave, dude. You're our best friend, too. If you just left, that would suck.
Am I? Or are we just holding on to past emotions?
No, I'm serious.
We're professional. We've been
mean?
professional. We're business partners at this point, When's
Just
the last
because
time
you
you were
have
Mike,
other friends.
let's go play some volleyball, Never happens.
We go to
anymore.
movies. We're going on a trip. Yeah.
A business trip.
Would for sure say no.
I know.
Why would that's how I know I'm your friend is
That's true.
I don't ask you those things anymore.
You're the best friend I think I may ever have had because you pretty quickly stopped inviting me to do things with you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Besides sneaking into that water park in winter, which was a good one.
True.
I was telling Jesse the other day that if I could have anyone move to Missoula, it would be the two of you and Brent out of all my friends. So
That'd be cool.
yeah,
Make a little like dude perfect compound out there.
yeah, raise pigs, buy horse trailers.
Kill them on
Yeah.
live.
Yeah,
Stream.
and not even feel bad at all. Not even not feel bad, but feel nothing is what Wes
We'll
said.
tell people, if people don't sign up for Patreon, we'll kill pigs and broadcast it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I
I take that
co-sign
back.
that.
I can't kill anything without feeling something. So yeah, the pigs I'd probably be like in a dark hole for a while.
Well, I'm excited to meet him.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to sit on him like I always do Kevin.
that's fine. You can do whatever you want with these pigs. I'm gonna go first. It's our kind of bi-monthly news episode. I don't know. It's about every 6 weeks we do one of these.
There's no
And
rules.
No, we don't have rules. It's about every 4 or 5 episodes on average. And I'm excited. We had some good stories this summer. And my first one's actually quite sad, depending on your perspective. Or for some people, they're getting a lot of joy out of this one, which we're going to talk about a little bit. This is about a trophy hunter that was killed by an African Cape buffalo. This guy's name was Asher Watkins. He was a real estate magnate from Texas, a multimillionaire that owned properties in Texas, Colorado, and Arkansas.
Magnet?
And magnate. He recently met his end at the horns of an African Cape buffalo on August 3rd in Limpopo, South Africa.
He died?
Yeah, he died.
Dang.
So there's been a lot of social media attention about this because he was a trophy hunter. He had photos with himself and a lot of dead critters like mountain lions. There's one with him and tons of dead ducks, a huge deer. And often when someone like this gets killed while hunting, there are going to be a lot of posts congratulating the buffalo or the lion or whatever got the guy or the woman. And sometimes, in my opinion, I do think that feels a little gross to me. But I'm going to talk about the story, and then we can talk about that reaction, and we can all weigh in on it after the story. All right. So first of all, I just want to say South Africa is really interesting when it comes to where their wildlife is located and how everything is arranged. And that's the same for these big game hunts. So what this very likely was like a private game ranch where it could be very big. I don't know how big it was. But essentially, this game ranch will have it'll be all fenced in, but really big. They invite people to either come on safari or to hunt. And with hunters, they'll often even have pictures of the animal they want that they'll send them. And the hunter can say, I want to kill that one. And then when they show up, they'll take them and they will find that specific animal in that game reserve and allow the hunter to kill it. So it's very boutique. And it's almost like you're picking out your trophy before you even shoot it. I'm not exactly sure that's how this place operates, but I'm pretty confident that's what it was. So this guy Watkins knew he was going to get a big buffalo. He knew that he would come home with this trophy. It's likely he even picked the one out. And he knew that finding it was probably going to be somewhat easy. But as we know about Cape buffalo, they're not always easy to kill. This is a pretty robust animal. They are sometimes considered the most dangerous animals in Africa. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but we've talked about this before. I do think we should define the difference between deadly and dangerous. There are definitely animals in Africa that are more deadly. Crocodiles kill more people, snakes kill more people, elephants kill more people. But dangerous, if you're going to have one of those animals cornered, Cape buffalo might be the worst one in Africa to corner and be in a bad situation with. They're incredibly defensive animals.
Yeah.
Because lions are always trying to jump on their backs and stuff. They gotta be tough.
Yeah, they gotta be tough. Exactly.
And
they always got
hippos
lions jumping on them.
Hippos are too smart to be backed into a corner in the first place.
Yeah. Hippos are another one. I mean, hippos are ones that are very defensive/aggressive animals. But I do think when it comes to if you're in a cage match with one of these animals, a Cape buffalo's probably top of the list of the one you don't want to be facing down. Maybe
What would be the
elephants.
hardest animal to back into a corner, do you think? Like a bird, probably?
A jellyfish, maybe? No, that'd be really easy, huh? I don't know.
On land, it'd be tough because you'd have to put them there, and you don't want to touch those guys.
A swarm of bees.
Maybe the way to put it would be if you round a corner and an animal is right around the corner from you, this is one of the ones you'd least want to see.
Right. Because there's a lot of them that will just run away, and this one will likely charge you. So
Yeah.
What if the Cape buffalo painted itself into the corner? Is it still going to get like all
Ooh.
pissed and dangerous?
like that Goite video.
Huh?
Someone I used to
Oh,
know.
got ye?
God, yeah, whatever.
Is that?
Yeah.
I've never known
Gautier?
how to say that.
I don't know how to say it
No.
either. I think you're right.
Goita.
You think it'd
Goita.
do it
themselves.
just so it has a good defense? Like, I was cornered. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
But secretly I wanted to.
You meant like paint the
Especially
floor.
if the paint's red. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. That's what
Right.
painted into a corner means. I was
yeah.
thinking of like it camouflaging itself with the paint.
Oh, that's a good
Anyway,
move too.
yeah.
It'd be extra dangerous because you wouldn't be able to see it very well.
Well, I don't think this one did it. But it is hunting them is a dangerous thing to do and cornering them. And apparently that's what happened on August 3rd. Watkins was with a hunter from the company that he had contracted. So they had a professional hunter along with him. And then a tracker. All three of these guys were stalking this buffalo on foot when it surprised them and immediately gored and killed Watkins on the spot. The buffalo was shot by this professional hunter, but the damage was done. Watkins was dead. The internet really had a field day with this, and this is what I think we should talk about a little bit. For me, I don't love trophy hunting. I think when people kill wild animals for food, I think that's kind of the best case scenario if you're going to eat meat, because the animal gets to live a good life out in the wild. It gets killed humanely. You get your meat. You have a connection to your food. So for me, hunting for food, I see as a good thing. I don't like killing things, so I have a hard time doing it, but I don't think it's bad. But I do have issue with trophy hunting. I think if you're killing something just to put it on your wall, you should take some time to really think about like what that means, you know?
For sure.
I think it's kind of nice too, just recently, how much like the public perspective of that has changed.
Yeah.
People didn't really understand a lot about trophy hunting 20 years ago or 30 years ago, so they just see like someone had all these cool, dangerous looking animals, and it's like, oh, this guy's like a real man.
Yeah.
Now that we understand it better, it's like, okay, you're kind of a tool.
Yeah. It's like, I would much rather see a beautiful photo that you took of that animal on your wall than the animal itself.
You're the real man.
That's not what I'm saying. But the other thing about trophy hunting, and this is like, especially with these large African animals and the big five, is that a big part of this for these people is this element of danger, you know?
Yeah, that's
I think
why like it's hard for me to feel too bad
Right.
for him.
And it's like he wanted to kill a Cape buffalo because he knows their reputation. He knows that this
Yeah.
is like a badass animal that he wants on his wall. And if they didn't kill like the occasional hunter, then it wouldn't be that like element of danger wouldn't be there anymore. So I do think this is like kind of the risk these guys are taking, and it's part of the deal. So I don't really feel bad for this guy. I feel really, really bad for his family though. Like they don't
For
have
sure.
any control over this. They just lost someone that they deeply love and care about. And he has a 16-year-old daughter, and losing someone that abruptly and then having the whole world laugh at it has to be really, really hard, you know? And I hope she's finding some good outlets, and the rest of his family is finding some good outlets for their grief and for their healing. So yeah, I don't necessarily feel bad for Watkins, but I do feel terrible for his family.
I also, and I don't mean to play devil's advocate really in any meaningful way for the man himself, but it's not, this is all within the boundaries of legality. Like this isn't like a black market thing that's
No.
happening. And are these hunts,
He wasn't doing anything wrong.
Are they being employed as a method of keeping populations in check or anything? Like that's like
yeah.
gray area, and I don't want to make any excuses for him, but like this guy wasn't technically doing anything wrong per se, in like heavy quotations.
At some point we're going to do a whole episode on hunters that got smoked by trophy animals, and like talk about the kind of ethics of trophy hunting, because there are really good arguments on both sides for like its use. I will say that it's estimated that hunting brings about $169 million to the South African economy each year, but the safari industry brings several billion dollars to their economy each year. So there's a big argument for like these animals all have more value alive, but also with like Cape buffalo, there's plenty for both. Like you can have hunters, you can have the safari industry. For me, it's a tricky issue. It just really is. But
I think
there's some arguments there.
Yeah, I think like morally he's fine. Like, he didn't do anything like morally corrupt. He didn't do anything that like makes it feel like he deserved to be killed.
Yeah.
But what I would say is like these trophy hunters do love to brag about killing dangerous animals. And like they think it's cool and their community thinks it's cool. So like there is a dark humor in that, like, oh, you wanted to go kill a dangerous animal and you got killed.
Yeah.
And like, especially where our weapons are just so advanced and like they just pull up in a truck and step out and shoot these with a gun that, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what confuses me about this story too is I know these animals are really fast and really powerful, but there's got to be some kind of dereliction of duty on someone's part if they're close enough or in a compromise. They have guns, like long range weaponry.
Yeah.
It seems like they shouldn't really ever be in danger of getting gored
But like
that, right?
I think for a lot of these people, they don't want to just pull up and take a shot from the back of a Jeep. Like they don't want to get there and 10 minutes later they see their animal and they shoot it and it's dead. That doesn't have any thrill for them. So I think, again, like part of the appeal of these kind of hunts is like, we are going to stalk Cape buffalo on
this
foot.
Is dangerous.
Because that's the story that they can bring
Okay.
home. Like, I stalked it on foot. I shot it at 20 yards. It turned and charged. Like, they want a story to tell their family. You
Gotcha.
know?
I'm still learning about this whole thing then, because I did think it was kind of like you're basically shooting a caged animal from your car.
Those exist too, but
Okay.
I think most of them want to like act like they're, you know, this big tough hunter.
The parks too, like, probably sell it that way. Like, we're gonna be like hunting wild Cape buffalo, and we're gonna be in the bush, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, as far as this debate, just a teaser for when we do a whole episode on it, I don't really view trophy hunting as so much as a conservation issue, because in most places where it's allowed, it is very well managed. Like, you're not taking that many animals from the population. I view it as more of an animal rights issue. Like, is it morally ethical to kill something just so you can put it on your wall? You know, and that's what I think people need to ask themselves. For me, that the answer is like a resounding no, that's not ethical. But I think that's up to a lot of people's interpretation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This episode is brought to you by Hims. Hims can't solve snoring or blanket stealing, but when it comes to performance, they've got you covered. Take control of ED with personalized treatments made with proven ingredients prescribed by licensed providers 100% online. ED can make you feel out of control. Hims lets you take it back with personalized treatment options, including daily meds that support more spontaneous moments. And honestly, ED is a lot more common than you're probably thinking it is. And also a lot more simple to treat than you're probably thinking too. Through Hims, you can connect online with a licensed provider to access personalized treatment options discreetly and on your own terms. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. And look, this isn't just some one-size-fits-all care that forgets that you're sitting there in the waiting room and have your own personal needs and goals you're trying to meet. It's your health and it's your goals, and they put them first, with real medical providers making sure that you get what you need to get results. So think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple, 100% online access to trusted treatments for ED and more, all in one place. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/tooth. That's hims.com/tooth for your free online visit. hims.com/tooth. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
All right.
Well,
that's my first story.
Speaking of something that's not very ethical, Tanya from Chimp Crazy, who we covered.
Tanya
Haddix. Yeah. So, I mean, most listeners probably listen to at least some of our Chimp Crazy stuff, but maybe some of you didn't hear any of that. So, a real quick recap. But HBO partnered with us. We watched the 4-part series called Chimp Crazy, and Tanya Haddix was like the main character in it. But basically, it's just a really well-made documentary that goes into very eccentric people who own chimps in the United States and how obsessed with chimpanzees they are, and that these people just make their lives revolve around chimps, and it goes bad more often then they probably,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say more often than not, but more often than like they would admit.
They're
chimp
willing
owners.
to accept.
I would say more often than not. Yeah. I think it goes
There's
bad.
kind of a lot of chimp owners.
Yeah, and I think all of them end up having like some problems.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was at like this big warehouse that just had like, I don't know, it's like 30. She was a worker and they had like 30 chimps. And PETA worked really hard and like got a hidden camera in there. And eventually is like, these chimps don't have a good enough lifestyle in there. And all the chimps were taken away, or so you thought. But Tanya had taken her favorite chimp, a celebrity chimp named Tonka, and put it in her basement at her house in Missouri. And PETA kind of like thought, wait, there's one chimp missing. Then she like
Said it was dead.
brought in cremated ashes from another dead chimpanzee and like was lying and like cried in court. And then just like right when she's done crying, she's like telling the camera crew, like, come look at this.
Yeah,
and you
come
go
see
downstairs
Tonka.
and just see Tonka in this cage. So yeah, we covered all that. But anyways, Tanya just got found having another chimpanzee in her basement, which is absolutely insane. She's also on the hook for $225,000 that she owed PETA in legal fees.
Yeah.
And she hasn't like paid any of that. So then
The crazy thing is, and this is like obviously spoilers for Chimp Crazy, but at the end, like they took Tonka away from her, and PETA was like, if you just say you will never have any exotics again, we won't charge you any of this money. And she was like, no, absolutely not. I'm not going to be bullied by you guys. And like, which seemed like a very fair deal. And so she could have, like, if Tanya had just never done this again, she would have been fine and probably could have just like coasted on this newfound fame from the show, but she just couldn't do it.
Well,
Like, she's
even
up
at
to
the
her old
end, she's
tricks.
like saying, like, I'm going to start my own petting zoo. I'm going to get,
Yeah.
like, capuchin monkeys, and I might even get another chimpanzee.
She said an
She
orangutan
wanted to.
too.
Oh,
She
yeah.
wanted to move out onto an island surrounded by
Uh-huh.
chimps. Like that was her
Yeah.
dream at the end of the show.
And
Yeah.
so anyways, yeah, doesn't really think things out very well.
No.
And part of, like, PETA winning in the Chimp Crazy too, like, authorities had authority to go into her house unannounced. So like
Yeah.
getting another chimpanzee was just absolutely insane. And I guess when they
It's
got
not
there,
an easy thing to hide.
what I read, there's not a ton of information out yet. But that they got there and the cage was empty, but there was fresh dung in the cage.
She's like, "Oh, that's mine. Don't worry about that.
He
That's
gave her a
mine."
bottle. Yeah. So it's just like, okay, like you have to claim that's your poop, or it's obvious you have.
There's
a
just
chimpanzee.
empty Happy Meals everywhere and like Reese's whipped cream cans.
And then I
That'd
saw
be easy
they
to pass off as my own.
pretty easily found the chimpanzee. They think it might be Tonka's like half brother.
Huh.
And put it in that same sanctuary that Tonka loves so
Oh,
much.
Good for them. Good for Tonka. Yeah. Alan Cumming can go visit him there.
But yeah, I mean, I think we should all three just kind of share. Like, it's been a year since,
Chimp
the
Crazy.
show came out and we partnered with them. And like HBO and the director who did Tiger King as well, like they did a really great job on it, I think.
Mhm.
And I think it's fair to be like, okay, she's an idiot and she wanted attention.
I still feel the same way I did. I think she's really misguided and a criminal and not good to these animals, but I also feel kind of sorry for her. I think she just really doesn't have a place to like direct her need to care for like
Yeah, she
people
did.
and
She had a
things.
child. She was neglectful and abusive basically
Yeah.
towards her child. I associate Tanya Haddix and Chimp Crazy with maybe the least happy I've ever been in my entire life. I think there are redeeming qualities about all humans. Some of us have some good in us. I believe all of us have some good in us, but
Yeah.
she did not bring any of that to bear. And it seems like she's continuing to refuse to do so. And I don't have really any sympathy for her at all because she had plenty
Yeah.
of outlets and plenty of chances to change her ways. She got
did.
way more than a fair deal from anyone that she encountered along this whole journey, it seems like, especially from PETA, who, whatever your thoughts are about them, like, that's fine. That's a whole separate issue. But Yeah, Tanya, I think, is genuinely a bad person. I really
the
feel
whole
that way.
I think
thing-
that's fair. Yeah.
The whole thing definitely like made me feel better about PETA.
Yeah. I would agree with
But-
that. At least their legal team.
Yeah, I think it's a lot like Joe's Exotic, actually, where it's like they act like they love these animals, and they probably do to some extent, but then like what they really love is attention.
Yeah.
And the attention they get from owning like a exotic animal, and that's
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
like, get out of here with that.
I think when I say I feel bad for her, it's not that I was like, oh, like she was so. I agree with you, Mike. She had humans to love. She had legal pets that she could have put that into. I think there's something about chimpanzees with some of these people where it's like so close to a human, but one that they think they can like fully control. And that's not
Yeah.
a good quality. I'm not saying that's a good quality, but that's kind of what I see in her. This is a child that I can have that isn't ever going to do anything I don't want it to do. And that's bad. Like, that is bad. But I
Yeah.
do, in a way, feel sorry for her that that's like how her brain works.
Sure.
So,
I mean, but if
that's
she
where I'm at.
really
Fair.
viewed
Totally fair.
it as a child, she probably shouldn't have been like so happy about it cranking off to her.
For sure. Like,
Yeah.
like Tanya has some demons to work through. And
it's so
yeah,
sad. It's sad
it
to
is.
see something that is professed to be shown and given love, like Tonka, and then you
Yeah.
see footage of it just having a mental breakdown, like almost having
Yeah.
a seizure in its little cage
like,
down in the
or
basement.
looking at the
And
photos
it's
of
like,
other chimps.
Tanya,
and
if you
stuff.
really, really had genuine love for this animal, you would see that what you're doing is just straight up abusive and
Yeah.
neglectful.
The-
You know?
Crazy one to me was in the show when she like went to the guy that gave her the dead chimpanzee to cremate, and
Yeah.
he had like a few chimpanzees, and as soon as they walked in there, they were all just going insane,
Yeah.
like
losing their minds.
shaking everything, and it's just like, oh my god.
Ugh.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, it's excited," and it's like, no, they are stressed out and angry. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Or
well,
even
I'm glad.
if they were excited, it's like they shouldn't be that excited.
Yeah,
Like you just walked in the room. Like that's
Right.
insane if that's
Yeah.
how they always react.
yeah,
Well, I don't know. We had a family dog who would pee all over the place whenever we gave her a hot dog. And it wasn't even like a good hot dog. It was just like a cold one out of the fridge. This is not like gourmet hot dog.
yeah. That's such
We
a
gotta
funny
get
trigger.
that dog
Yeah. She's dead now. That's on us. Too many cold hot dogs. She's also like 20 years old. So
Dehydrated.
I don't know.
Just
Okay.
couldn't keep water in her body.
I'm not mad anymore. I got it out of my system. Thanks, Tanya. Thanks for giving me a little outlet there. So I've got a story just a bit of a peek behind the curtains. Wes gave me these stories to read. Very kind of you, Wes. I've been busy, okay? So
Well, Jeff helped with it too. Jeff looked up a bunch of the news episodes. So
Yeah,
Thanks,
and
Jeff.
our
Not taking all the
intern
credit.
Bryn sent me those.
oh my gosh. Bryn. Thank you, Bryn. Yeah, we'll figure out exactly where Jeff sits on this aid, but
This episode is brought to you by Miracle Made. The weather's heating up and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. So let's talk about these silver-infused fabrics real quick. Inspired by NASA. Let me just check my notes real quick. Yeah. Looks like back in 1969, they went to the moon on a rocket ship. They can do that. They can inspire some pretty sick bed sheets. And you know what? From personal experience, it's exactly what they've done. They're thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long. So no matter what the weather is, you get a better sleep every single night. And it's not just about the temperature either. It's about comfort and quality. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So upgrade your sleep as the weather heats up. Go to trymiracle.com/tooth to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo TOOTH at checkout, you'll get a free 3-piece towel set and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/tooth and use the code TOOTH to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/tooth to treat yourself.
So this story comes out of India, and I want to start off with a little, I'm a big statistics guy. Yeah, I'm always, keeping track of numbers and stuff.
You're like that beautiful
What's
mind
Otani
meme.
at right now, statistically?
He's at, I think, a second felony charge. I think he's up to 2 now for some kind of real estate fraud or something. I'm not sure.
Do you not like Otani?
No, well,
I know you're a Padres fan.
I'm a
but you
Padres
gotta
guy.
kind of like Otani, right?
It's a real deep in my heart. I have a lot of love for Otani, but man, he just kills us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this comes out of India, and according to a study, this is published in elifesciences.org. So in India, there's been recorded over 1 million snake bite deaths in just the past 2 decades. Think of that, 1 million.
That's so wild.
Over 1 million, not 1 million exactly. That would have been really insane if that was the case.
They average like 50,000 a year. So that adds up.
Recently, though, there's a little baby who refused to be a part of that statistic. So this is a story about 1-year-old Govinda. He was playing at home in a small town of Bhatia near the Indo-Nepal border, kind of where probably we were up in northern
not
India.
Far from there. Yeah.
We'll just say an unusual little playmate decided to join in on the fun with little Govinda. So his grandma later recounted that, Govinda's grandma, not in the snakes, later recounted that when we saw the snake in the child's hand, everyone rushed toward him, but in the meantime, he already bit the snake, killing it on the spot. So it was just a brief moment of like, holy cow, there's a cobra on our 1-year-old's hands. And then immediately realizing he's probably had like snake parts and I don't know, snakes bleed probably.
Yeah.
Probably had like some snake blood all over his mouth.
Yeah.
A real crazy scene. And this wasn't just any old snake. So like I was saying, it was actually an Indian cobra, which are venomous, correct?
Extremely venomous. Yeah.
Extremely.
Neurotoxic. Yeah.
Wow. One of the big 4 species, in fact, responsible for the most snake bites in India. And unfortunately, it had struck first. So Govinda wasn't it wasn't an unprovoked bite. The snake got him first. It was like a Hammurabi's code situation here. Eye for an eye scenario.
Yeah.
So after biting the cobra to death, Govinda fainted and was rushed to a primary healthcare facility for initial treatment. And fortunately, whatever occurred during this bite, not a whole lot of venom was deposited. That's not the right word. Is it? Injected. Yeah. So he fortunately made it through the ordeal. He's still being surveyed and cared for at this facility, administered to under the supervision of doctors. But a really crazy story about a little 1-year-old. And this is just while I was doing a little bit more supplementary research for this story. I actually saw a story. I remembered a story my sister-in-law sent to me about another little baby who bit a snake in retaliation. Back in 2022, there was a 2-year-old girl in Turkey who was bit by a snake, probably not venomous. This is what the articles that I read told me. So not as serious as Govinda's bite, but she did do it first. Still a trailblazer in my opinion,
Yeah.
I'm impressed they can just
get a
kill
hard enough
it.
bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
With like their baby teeth, they probably only have like 6 teeth, and they're just like one
that's a good
bite.
point.
Munching a snake's head.
When
Yeah, I
do
am
babies
too.
start getting their teeth? Probably before a year old, right? I don't know.
Did you read the whole article? Is
Yeah.
Govinda actually a mongoose?
Because women,
Well, let me check
women
real
are
quick.
nursing their babies. Once the babies start teething, they're like, my nipple hurts.
That's true. Maybe, it'd be funny if at the end of the article they were like, oh, edit.
By the way.
Govinda's actually the name of the
Yeah.
family's pet mongoose
Right.
or dog. Yeah.
No, that's not the case.
Well, I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah,
or
me
she.
too.
He or she. Is it a
He.
she? He? Okay.
Yeah.
So still no comment at all from the snake's grandparents.
Let me check real quick.
is all they had to say. That's a snake that if you were to say, oh, we're doing a story about a toddler or a baby that got bit by an Indian cobra, spectacled cobra, I would say, oh, so we're going to be talking about a dead baby.
Toast.
And so it's pretty, toast, a toasted baby.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that wasn't the case. it sucks the snake had to die, but also I'd much rather the snake die than little Govinda.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got another one. There's been a couple mountain lion attacks in the news. One was in Washington on July 20th. A mother, a father, and their 4-year-old daughter were hiking in Olympic National Park when a mountain lion jumped from the brush and grabbed the little girl in its jaws. She began screaming, and the father immediately rushed in and pulled his daughter away from the cat, and the cougar ran off and disappeared back into the forest. I couldn't find this family's name. I think they decided to remain anonymous, which is kind of a cool move, because if I save my little 4-year-old daughter from a mountain lion, I'm going to be like, hey, you got my name, right? My name's Wes Larson. Make sure you put my name down.
Spell it right.
Yeah.
Larson.
I have a podcast. Another family heard the screams of the girl. They arrived on the scene just after this mountain lion had left. She was taken to the hospital. Her injuries were treated. And the article I read said she was in satisfactory condition, which I guess is good.
All right.
It's open to interpretation a little.
I wouldn't say good. I'd say satisfactory.
Yeah, it's like if you are hooking up with someone and you roll over and you're like, how was it? And they're like, satisfactory.
I'll take that.
You'd think about that for a while.
When you're taking an exit survey, satisfactory is like the middle option. It's
Right.
Like,
Right. Wasn't
good enough.
Wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. Yeah.
Right.
I think for medical care, you would hope for better than satisfactory. So I hope she's
Yeah.
getting better than satisfactory. All right. The cougar was collared. It was easily found by national park personnel. They did kill it, and they issued a statement saying there are no current threats to the public, which I don't think is a statement they can say in a national park. I think that's one that maybe should have been workshopped a little. Like if you kill one cougar, you can't say, okay, you're all good now. No threats whatsoever. Like, I don't know. I think you can say that one's been taken care of, but
sure.
They don't
part
have
of-
grizzly bears in Olympia, right?
no, in Olympic National Park they don't, but they have
Yeah.
they have black bears, they do have mountain lions. You can fall, you can get struck by lightning, you can drown. Like there are threats to going into the great outdoors. That's like part of what makes it fun. So, I don't know. I am being a little nitpicky here, but
You
I
can't
do
kill
think
a
they
cliff.
still have some threats. Yeah.
You can't just
You
take
can't
care of a cliff.
blow it up.
It's just even more dangerous. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan when he's struck down, he'll just become more powerful in death.
I will say what the dad did is this is how you should respond to an aggressive cougar. Like rush it, pull away whoever's being attacked, like be as dominant and as intimidating as possible. In this case, it did work and it was enough to discourage this mountain lion. Have either of you ever driven on the PCH in Malibu, Pacific Coast Highway?
You know, for
Think
sure.
so.
How would you describe that drive, Mike?
Pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Nigh
Beautiful.
on, just like along the shoreline of California. Just amazing.
Yeah, like beautiful. I know a lot of those homes got built or burnt and some of them got burnt in the recent fires, but like pre-fire at least, when I drove that road, those were the kind of homes where I was like, this is the absolute kind of dream, just like a big home overlooking the ocean on a beautiful little stretch of highway. It's gorgeous. It's the kind of place that when you drive through, you think nothing bad could ever happen in a place like this. But you'd be mistaken, because a few days ago, on August 10th, an 11-year-old girl was chased and bitten by a mountain lion outside her home on the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. And then the lion also chased her mother and her sibling.
Oh, wow.
This girl had been doing some chores near their chicken coop when the lion pounced on her and bit her right arm, leg, and lower back. She started screaming, and her mom and sibling ran out, and the cougar started chasing them. One of them actually had a stun gun, and the sound of the stun gun was apparently enough to scare the mountain lion away. And
They just had a stun gun?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe they heard the scream and they grabbed it.
What do
Yeah.
stun guns sound like?
Like
Kind of like a
noise.
taser kind of thing?
Yeah, a taser shoots the hooks into you and then
Yeah.
you trigger it. A stun gun's the one that you actually like hit against the person, but people often call them
Oh.
tasers.
Okay.
But it
Gotcha.
has the two little metal prongs with the little electricity that goes. But that's the difference
Yeah.
between those two. Tasers you shoot, stun guns you push.
Gotcha.
Anyway, it ran away. It hid. They called emergency
Should
personnel.
be backwards. Because like
Yeah,
a
maybe.
gun, you
A
think
gun,
of shooting.
You're right, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's what it is. The Department of Fish and Wildlife officers found the lion on the property. They did dispatch it. The girl was treated for minor injuries, and I believe she's still at the hospital. I will say in this same article, they brought up some other recent kind of animal encounters in the area. And it said that a 6-year-old had recently been drug off by a coyote, that his mom intervened and saved his life. And it just kind of made me think it's pretty crazy that there's only been one recorded death from coyotes, because I feel like every time we do a news episode and we do coyotes be wiling, there's like a kid that's being dragged off that a parent intervenes and saves. Mm-hmm. And it's just pretty wild that hasn't happened more, you know?
They're getting there though.
Yeah.
Then like Seattle area, there's a bunch of photos that went viral of coyotes just like on roofs of houses. So they're figuring stuff out, I think.
Yeah, it's just like a social media trend, like planking now.
You want I got one. I'm going to do 2 different stories because they're both short. Wes, who's John Hayden?
John Hayden?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a star hockey player on the Seattle Kraken NHL team.
Yeah, that's right.
But he did a promotional video in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
And they go out there and they're fly fishing out in Katmai National Park. Mike, do you know what I'm going to talk about here?
No, I haven't heard this.
Really?
No.
So they go out there to do like a promotional video. I think they're trying to get like Alaskans into the Seattle Kraken because that's kind of like
their
the
market.
Closest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot of Alaska pull, you know? And like they get their mascot his name is Bowie. And he's like a blue troll.
Yeah. It kind of just looks like a mascot.
Like fishing waders with like the hockey player and a couple other people. And like as soon as they get in the river and start fishing, this huge grizzly bear comes out of the trees and like starts really acting more aggressive than most bears do in that area. Because that's by like Brook Falls. That's like they get a lot of fish in that area, and as Wes has said, they tend to be a little bit less aggressive. But this bear starts splashing water at him, doing bluff charges, and the whole team of people have to like they turn and start kind of running. And there's an amazing video and photos of Bowie the mascot like kind of lagging behind, and this grizzly bear just chasing him in a full mascot outfit.
Wow.
And he's just like running away from it. And
I will just say really quickly, like watching the video, this bear's heart wasn't in it. Like it wasn't trying to get him, but it was like running in their direction. I don't blame them for being nervous, but it never looked to me like it was actually like charging or serious about making contact.
I wondered too, like, because the guides weren't too worried. Like, I think they fish a lot in that area, and like
they
bears
run out
just,
too.
Like the bears know what people look like. They don't really mess with people. But I just think like adding someone in a full troll costume adds another variable of unpredictability to like the entire
I think that bear
scenario.
Was pretty confused, and it was maybe a little confused. Like, wait, I think I want this thing gone. Yeah,
I think if like aliens land in Katmai, there's a good chance bears will be like
maul them.
Messing with them a bit at least.
Maybe that would be our best bet of like aliens being like, nope, we're not doing anything here. We're out of here. These guys are mean.
Mike, do me a favor. Just Google Bowie. So Buoy bear real quick.
I will say, and maybe I'm being a little like pessimistic here. I feel like a kraken.
What?
It's pretty great, right?
That's not a kraken, is my first thought.
No, he's a troll.
Yeah, they should have a kraken.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to have, like, a kraken could be such a good costume.
It's a cool mascot.
It's pretty funny, though. It's cool. Tooth and Claw is brought to you by Ollie. We can be kind of picky about the sponsors that we allow on our show, and one that I'm extra picky about is dog food. I wouldn't read an ad for any old dog food that I don't believe in, and that's why I'm really excited to tell you guys about Ollie. We have fully switched our dog over to Ollie, and that's because we love that they deliver clean, fresh nutrition in 5 really great flavors that'll work for even the pickiest eaters. Ollie is made in U.S. kitchens with the highest quality human-grade ingredients, and contains no fillers, no preservatives, just real food, which means you're going to have a healthier pup. They're going to have more energy, shinier coats, better poops, and just more excitement when you go to feed them too. And they have really great recipes at Ollie. Stuff like fresh beef with sweet potatoes, fresh lamb with cranberries, or chicken with carrots. We have yet to find a flavor that our dog doesn't like, and I know your dog is going to like them too. So it's really easy to sign up. You just introduce Ollie to your pup, you fill out a 30-second quiz, and they create a customized meal plan based on your pup's weight, activity level, and other health info. You're going to get a welcome kit with 2 weeks worth of meals, a free storage container, and a guide on how to gradually switch them over to their new diet. And you'll also be able to customize your plan if there's things that they like or don't like. You can add treats. They even have supplements that you can add. And the thing that really makes Ollie different is that they are the only fresh dog food that comes with unlimited routine health screenings so that you can get your pup on track to living their healthiest, happiest life. Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/tooth. Tell them all about your dog and use code TOOTH to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/tooth and enter code TOOTH to get 60% off your first box.
And then I have another one just because I saw it on Backpacker, who just did Bear Month with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out Backpacker. But yes, in Middle Tennessee's Grundy County, there was a hiker, and on August 8th, he was bitten by a timber rattlesnake, and reportedly he saw the snake and just decided to pick it up, and then it bit him on the hand. Rescuers came, he got a call out, rescuers came, and by the time they got there, he had already died.
Wow.
And they tried to do CPR, and he wasn't able to come back from it. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Adult hiker.
Don't pick him up.
Just kind of, yeah.
That's the other thing too with rattlesnakes. We've talked about them a lot and how they typically don't kill people, but where most of them have hemotoxic venom and it affects your blood system and stuff. If you have maybe an underlying heart disease or blood disease or something that you don't know about, and then you introduce rattlesnake venom into there, that can often trigger something too. So I would be curious if that's what happened here, because that's pretty crazy that this guy would die so quickly. That's really sad.
Here's a question, Wes.
Yeah.
You have to wait 3 hours for help, and you get to choose your hand getting bitten by a grizzly bear or a timber rattlesnake. What would you choose?
A grizzly bear.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
It's just gonna chomp once and then wander off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you have more risk of permanent damage from a grizzly bear, but more risk of death from a rattlesnake.
I think
the ligaments and stuff getting torn.
Yeah, I think rattlesnakes, you might lose fingers. You might, I don't know. Yeah. I'd much rather be a grizzly bear.
Oh, is that it? You're done? Sorry, I'm still a little shook from Bowie, if I'm being honest. Wasn't paying attention to that last one.
I mean, I have 3 rapid fire ones, but I'll just do it once it cycles once more.
Speaking of people in costumes, we're pretty sure that's what's going on in this story that I've got for us. So, new best anime of the season just dropped, it seems. Some footage out of Japan, I think from 3 weeks ago surfaced. And we'll start here. So there's been kind of a spate of bear attacks happening in central Japan, and Japan at large has had its problems with bear encounters historically, but
especially Asiatic black bears.
So there's been 3 attacks, it seems to me, from my research, that really spurred on this. I guess we'll call it an activity, a drill that took place. So a 5-foot bear was wandering around a neighborhood and attacked a 70-something-year-old man's head and neck. And then another bear, not too far off from there, attacked an 81-year-old man's head and neck. So I don't know what they've got against these old
heads and necks.
If you're a Japanese guy with an old head and neck, then watch out.
Yeah, it's these guys weren't in World War II, if that's what they think. That's still
the bears
not old enough
either.
If they're trying to get the World War II survivors still.
Dude, that's Vietnam maybe even. But I don't think they were involved in that one. Good for you, Japan, staying out of that mess, if you did. Okay. Anyway, on a more serious note, a 52-year-old newspaper delivery man was mauled to death, and that's really what pushed public consciousness in the direction that something needs to be done here. So, in response to these encounters, Japanese police and local hunters in Nikko, Tochigi Prefecture, which again is central Japan, like 100 kilometers north of Tokyo, they've been practicing their response to potential bear attacks in a simulated drill. I probably should just show the video, right?
Yeah, I think
I'll
so.
just pull the video. It's pretty important.
It's a really good bear costume.
I like how they got the white chest part of it.
Yeah. This is my favorite part. He does like a little stutter step to get away from it. He's like, oh.
Oh, you
I
gotta
like when
describe that.
they yell at the bear and it just lays down face down.
Yeah. So there's 4 cops with riot shields. One's got a megaphone yelling at the bear. Now one's poking it in the butt with some kind of control prod.
And it's not a real bear. It's a guy. It's just kind of in like bear pajamas with
Black
a plastic bear
pants.
head. Yeah.
And now he's talking to the bear again through the megaphone. I wish I spoke Japanese. I don't.
I think all three of us are pretty on board with like we're kind of in the same realm when it comes to like gun control issues and stuff in the US. But it is kind of crazy when you see countries where there's like no guns, how they like the things they come up with to try and deal with something like this, which is pretty wild.
Yeah. I did a subscriber episode a while ago where some manufacturer created a bunch of robo wolves that their eyes glow red and they make a big like howling sound and stuff. And that's a bear deterrent. So they're coming up with
Japan as well.
In Japan. Yeah. So it's pretty admirable, honestly, that they're doing whatever they can to make this a non-lethal encounter with these bears before things get bad. Which,
Yeah.
I think in
it
that
is.
video they kill that bear in the. They
Oh,
have
you
guns.
think? I thought it was like a
Yeah.
sleep dart or something.
Yeah, or like
No, I
gas
think
or
when
something.
it lays face down, they just had shot it, and then
Is that
they're
what
poking
happened?
it to make sure it's alive.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah,
Sad.
I think the cops can have access to guns, and like
Sure.
the bear.
Anyway, I think when I was doing that episode on bear encounters in Japan, I was kind of surprised at how often it's an issue for people living, especially in the northern like regions. Hokkaido, the northern island and stuff, especially has a lot of bear encounters. So
Grizzlies up there, yeah.
yeah, the brown bears. It's are they grizzlies? Is that accurate to call them grizzlies?
Yeah, I mean Grizzlies just our nickname for them.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to think that they're in even metropolitan areas. Bears are getting in, causing all kinds of problems over there. Lots of encounters and lots of more deaths than I would have expected to come out of Japan and bears in any given year. Forget the exact statistics, but
No,
should look that
they have
up.
a big problem with it there. And most of them are from Asiatic black bears, but there are some brown bear deaths there too. So it's pretty interesting.
That's really the video's gonna really do a lot of the heavy lifting for that one. So please, if you haven't tuned in, you'll find that footage all over the place on the internet.
My
I have
Kraken episode or story. It's more about the video as well
those
than
are
the
both
story.
good videos. All right, I have one more quick bear story. It's very quick. There's a pair of e-bikers near Creston Valley, British Columbia, that surprised a pair of grizzly bears. And generally when there's two bears together like this, they're either going to be mating or it's subadults that have their moms recently kicked them off. And sometimes those siblings will hang out for a bit before they disperse. I think this was probably subadults, but the husband was attacked by one of these bears. The wife had bear spray. She used it. She got the bears to leave him alone. This wasn't a defense. It was a defensive attack. They surprised these bears and got mauled. So the bears won't be killed. The man went to the hospital with some serious injuries, though. And it's just like a quick excuse to talk about, again, like there are some higher risk activities in bear country, especially grizzly bear country. And those are generally like fast moving activities. So if you're riding bikes, trail running, something like that, you do put yourself at a slightly higher risk because you may surprise a bear. And like the fact that you're moving so fast, it won't have time to really decide that you're not a threat, and there's a higher chance that it will actually interact with you. So just keep that in mind if you're in grizzly bear country. All right, I'm done. That's it for my stories.
Jeff.
So in British Columbia on August 4th, an osprey was like carrying a fish and reportedly it maybe got exhausted from the heat. It was a really hot day, and just dropped the fish on some telephone lines, and the fish caused those to spark, and it created a landscape fire that like burned
Whoa.
6 kilometers.
Wow.
So
You
yeah,
giving that to the
started a little
osprey or the
fire.
fish, you think?
Yeah, I don't know. You
I
got to
think
give it to the fish.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give it to the osprey.
Was the fish
We had
alive when it hit the power lines, or was it probably already
not.
dead by
That's
then?
Probably dead.
Yeah.
We had an osprey drop like a 30-inch trout on our lawn the other day, and Polly found
That's
it.
crazy.
Whoa.
Wes always adds a bunch of inches to his trout, though.
No, this thing was huge.
2 sailors were rescued in Spain after killer whales targeted their yacht in an organized attack.
Still got
in
shooters
this-
out there.
Yeah, in this them boats category this year. And I guess that the Strait of Gibraltar under Spain is now dubbed Orca Alley, which is kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
then one I just wanted to throw out there and see how you guys react.
Gibraltar
Uh,
has enough stuff named after it already.
Yeah.
The Rock, the whatever else. The
A
people
Maryland man,
of Gibraltar. Who knows?
Maryland.
so
son.
I'm just going to read this.
Okay.
Maryland man charged after telling his friend he had a woman for him, but it was really him dressed as a woman.
Yeah.
Interesting inclusion.
It's
in
a
this
dastardly
stories.
trick.
Yeah.
So he invited his friend over to get, like, probably make love with a woman, but then
Yeah.
he was dressed up as a woman and as a trap to, like, maybe
Yeah.
assault the person he.
I wonder how
Okay.
far they got before it was discovered. Was it like just on site? They're like, come on, John.
Yeah. He's like, "Where's your
I
friend?"
see that. I see that bowl.
he just left, but I'm here. I hope that they just went for it. Like this was finally the cover they needed to both express their
Yeah, it'd be
feelings for
messed
each
up if
other.
the guy like went through with it just to like have the moment and then outed the guy. You know, it's like
He's like, wait, that wasn't a woman afterwards.
right.
All right. Well, we're obviously out of animal stories, so let's get to our categories. The first one is
I think we should change the entire purview of our show after hearing that story.
just whatever
Yeah.
story you read in the
no,
news.
just about people cross-dressing. Really, is what I'm interested in now.
Listen, I throw in a curveball every once in a
It's fine. It's fine.
Mhm.
All right. Your favorite pop culture, and this is in honor of Tanya. Your favorite
categories.
pop culture character that just couldn't get out of their own way. You know, they've got some self-destructive behavior they just can't stop doing.
Yeah, I can go first. I'm gonna list off a bunch afterwards,
'Kay.
though, too.
All right.
It was real hard. There's a bunch of ones I really wanted to say here, but I ended up on Ja Morant being my favorite.
Just can't
The
stop shooting
basketball
things.
player. Got like a small little fine for like flashing a pistol in a TikTok or whatever. And the NBA is like, just don't do that again. Like, you're going to be the face of our league. LeBron's going to retire soon. We need you.
Yeah.
And then, like, what, 2 or 3 weeks later, just post another video with like a smaller gun and just
Like
like,
a tiny little
waving
gun.
it around. And it's like a year suspension. And now there's like all these stories of him like aiming guns at like opposing teams' buses, but maybe he's just pointing lasers at it. All of his celebrations is just guns. And he's like so far away from being the face of the league now. And it's like, dude, you just had to not.
It makes me think of that Green Goblin,
Have
that Green
guns.
Goblin meme, you know? The Green Goblin's telling Spider-Man to do stuff and he like can't get it out of his head. It just makes me think that's his Green Goblin, like just shooting guns or pointing guns.
Mm.
It's so funny. I picked Adam Sandler's character from Uncut Gems, Howard Ratner,
Oh,
just
yeah.
where he just like can't stop gambling and making big bets. I think that's my favorite movie about like kind of addiction. And it's just a fun movie, but also super tense. I just really love it. Safdie
Spoiler,
Brothers.
big spoiler here, but I just saw a video that I really liked about it where he, like, because I thought it was like such a frustrating ending because
Mhm.
it's like he had finally like broke through.
Yeah,
And
but he
then
died
he
at his
just,
happiest
like,
moment of
gets
his life.
shot. But then it's
Yeah.
like Yeah, he would have messed that up had he kept
Right.
living.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
would have like gone back to where he was. So like that's the
Immediately.
perfect outcome for him.
Yeah. His like
Just
pure
to
moment
get
of
shot in the
happiness.
head
Yeah.
Yeah.
by Ja Morant.
That might be my perfect ending if I have to keep editing any more of these episodes. I shouldn't joke about that, even if I do feel like it's true. I'm going to go with Bubbles in The Wire. That one's a sad one. The Wire is probably my favorite show, and he tries so hard and he does so good. And it's sometimes like not even his fault. And I'm not trying to be like, I don't know, I'm getting too weird about being an enabler for a fictional character in a show, but like sometimes it just
Yeah,
wasn't
but
his fault.
based
Like he
off
was
real
neglected a little
things.
bit sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I think he was perfectly acted. Just an amazing
Yeah.
performance. It was great.
It's a
I
great
have a
pick.
couple I want to throw out real quick.
Yeah.
From One Piece, Frankie, the cyborg, made himself a whole new body just based off of cola. Like putting cola into himself. It's like,
Cola powered.
dude, like you are too obsessed with cola.
Yeah.
Like you could have just used water. You could have used so many easier things.
And you know,
Zion
he's
Williams.
addicted to it because after the time skip, he comes back and he's just like a million times more dependent on cola for like literally every part of his
He
body
just
now.
keeps tripling down. Zion Williamson with porn stars and soda. Jokic, his horses, he just can't get them out of his mind.
Dude, did
I
you
have
see
Conor
that footage?
McGregor.
Jokic, his horse won a race and he like broke down crying in the middle of the track. And it's like,
Yeah.
when you won the
It's like,
NBA
dude.
championship, you didn't
Just straight.
you didn't show any
faced.
emotion at
Yeah.
all. You just wanted to leave and probably go.
It's
I don't know.
like, dude, basketball is pretty cool. Like, you can be excited about that, too.
It was like a local horse race that like no one knew or cared about. There was like 8 people in attendance and he was just having a breakdown. It's incredible.
His ex-teammate, Michael Porter Jr., just for, like, unprompted, just said he's addicted to women, which was kind of funny.
Interesting.
Conor McGregor, and cocaine. And then, last but not least, Voldemort and high schools. Just like, you could have taken over the world, dude.
Yeah.
Just leave that high school alone. Like, you tried like 8 times.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, maybe there's something deeper there that's being said.
This episode's brought to you by Rocket Money. A lot of people aren't aware just how much they're spending each month, and it's easy to point the finger at subscriptions, and that is a problem for a lot of us, myself included. I actually just discovered that I signed up our business account here at Tooth and Claw with a subscription that's been going on for a couple of months, so, well, hopefully Wes and Jeff don't find out about that. But it's not just that. We're throwing money in all kinds of crazy directions, and one thing that I've been abusing just a little bit too much recently is getting food delivered. Now, I'm a lazy person. I hate going outside. But one thing that's gotten me out my door is Rocket Money showing me just how much money I've been spending on delivery food. It was way more than I thought, and I had to put a stop to it. And I'm really grateful for the Rocket Money app because without it, I would have continued going about my day-to-day life, not knowing that I had something of a problem on my hands. So I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who can do a little bit more to reduce their monthly costs and improve their finances. And I, personally, highly recommend Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/claw today. That's rocketmoney.com/claw. rocketmoney.com/claw.
All right. Well, related to that question, then, what's something that you know is bad for you, but you have a really hard time giving up? It has to be something that you've at least like tried to stop at some point.
Yeah, I can't go to sleep anymore without not just noise, but I have to have the TV on, and it's really bad
Yeah.
because there's like flashing imagery and it wakes me up multiple times every night. But I've tried really hard to sleep in like complete silence, and like it's kind of
It's
funny
hard.
when we travel together and we're like sleeping in the same rooms, hotel rooms and stuff. I have to have like my earbuds in and like some kind of something, just stimulus, and it's not good for you. It can't be good to have just like interrupted sleep all night long, but I can't sleep
Yeah.
otherwise. I don't know. It's a real catch-22.
I mean, I only have one really good answer for this.
What is it?
Oxys.
Just cranking.
Oh, that's not that bad for you.
That's
But like
good for your prostate, right?
growing up is just frowned upon in my
Yeah,
environment I was raised in, and
sure.
I would stop for a little bit, but one wet dream and I'm back to the races, you know?
Do you still cry afterwards?
Is that the answer you want to use?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to give another one?
If you want to, if you want to leave that, you can.
If you think that one will stay, I'll leave it. I'm happy.
Speak your
Sure.
truth.
All right.
This is totally on you if you want that to be like, I have
Yeah.
no
Here,
problem.
let
That's
me
fine
say,
with me.
I'll say another one, but
Okay.
Okay.
I think I'm fine with
A
it.
provisional.
I can't help but speed. Like, I just end up speeding when I'm driving.
How many
Yeah.
tickets do you have?
Like 3 or 4.
Okay, so you're not in danger of having your license taken away or anything.
I used to get warnings a lot, and now I always get tickets.
Oh,
Mine is McDonald's. I just they're not
you
a
were
good corp.
saying you don't really like it anymore.
Yeah,
Is that
I don't
a
like
lie?
it as much as I used to. I used to a McDonald's burger used to be my favorite burger, bar none.
Like your
of
favorite
any
food.
burger.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're good.
and
What,
Mike? Well, their food's been scientifically created to be
yeah.
good.
No, I genuinely think their hamburgers are legitimately
Yeah.
good.
If you say they're not good, sometimes I kind of narrow my eyes because they taste good. It's just that they're bad for you, and it's an evil corporation. But I do have a soft spot for McDonald's. I don't know. It's something that I've tried to give up, but it's by far the closest food to my house too. And so it's just sometimes I'm really lazy and I'm just you know what? I'm going to go get the $5 meal and just enjoy a tasty burger and some nuggets.
That way, they clearly had ketchup on their fingers when they put their bun on and stuff.
Yeah, it just adds to it for me. I want it all smushed and just flat. Yeah.
Me too. I like it compact, almost welded together with the cheese.
Yeah. If I got a poofy one like they show in their commercials, I'd be like, this is what I ordered. I ordered a McDonald's burger.
No, that's a
Yeah.
good one because addicts, they're not always just stoked on heroin. They're not always oh man, it's
Right.
so delicious and awesome. They're probably
Yeah.
hate it at times. They're I wish I didn't love it so much, and it disgusts
Wes
them a little
is-
bit. But at the same time, I need some of those microplastics from
You
that
need your
burger.
hit.
Wes's funny McDonald's thing to me was when he watched The Founder, which is a movie all about how evil McDonald's is, and he's just it made me really
It made
want
me
McDonald's.
want McDonald's so bad. I stopped at the first McDonald's on the way home from the theater. Yeah. All right. Next one is the most memorable celebrity-owned exotic animal. Another one in honor of Tanya.
Let's just list a few, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do you wanna just do one?
I only thought of one, so I'm just
Throw it
gonna do
out.
one.
Start us off.
Mine that really stuck with me was when Paris Hilton had a kinkajou for some reason, which is
Oh.
a little tree climbing marsupial from South America. They're really cute, but no one knew what a kinkajou was or had ever heard of them. And suddenly everyone was like, "Oh, she has a kinkajou. What a cool pet." And it was really bad. It just made me think this is a pet that she's going to have for a couple weeks, and then she's going to pawn off on someone else, or a member of her team is going to get rid of. And meanwhile, there's going to be thousands of people that are now trying to get kinkajous for pets. So it just seemed really irresponsible. I think all exotic animal ownership in this context is really irresponsible. But that one, especially for me, was memorable because it felt really gross.
Yeah, I didn't even
Kinkajou
know
is
that.
dangerously close to a couple of slurs somehow in my brain.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It
not
sounds-
quite there on any of them.
It's a word that's
Huh.
fun to say and be able to get away with saying.
It
almost.
sounds like a
right.
Pokemon to me.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Kinkajou.
They kind of look like a Pokemon.
Pikachu.
That's probably it. Pikachu.
Yeah.
I think you solved that.
There you go. Mike Tyson's Tigers, of course. That's the
Yeah,
big one.
that's the one. Yeah, Mike Tyson's tigers. Michael Jackson had a chimpanzee, right? I know he
And
had
like a
monkeys.
giraffe. He had a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, but Bubbles the
Menagerie.
chimpanzee.
Bieber had a monkey that was kind of got a lot of press.
Gilbert Arenas had a whole Shark Tank. Do you remember that story from back when he was playing? It was like a whole thing.
Wait, did he have sharks?
Yeah, he
I
had
guess
like
so, yeah.
several sharks in the tank.
What, Dwight Howard had a ton of snakes, but I don't know if any of them were problematic.
I think while we talk about this, like, I would be remiss if I didn't say, like, don't own exotic animals, especially if you have a public presence and like you're going to influence other people to get them, because you may have the money and the resources to take proper care of that animal, but a lot of the people you're influencing don't. So yeah, it's something I've even had to kind of repent of in the past before I knew better. Like I raised some raccoons and re-released them back into the wild and stuff, and now I wouldn't do it because I know that, it creates some problems.
You're a formed man. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next category is I want an overrated and an underrated. Something overrated, something underrated.
Oh, surprised us with this one.
No, I sent it.
No, he sent this one to us.
What?
We can start while you think, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go an overrated skill is people that are able to whistle loudly. I've never been in a scenario where I appreciate that skill, especially at like sporting events. You always get sat right next to the guy who can whistle really loud, and he does it the whole game. It's like, what are you trying to communicate here even?
Oh,
you know?
man.
I hate that too.
But like
That's
when taxis were a thing, that'd be like so useful. Just
That
to
would be pretty
whistle at a
clutch.
Taxi.
I'm not thinking about taxis, I guess. And I guess at soccer, international soccer matches, whistling is kind of like their version of booing. So maybe I'm wrong on this one, but I'm gonna stick to it for now.
I agree. It's always like ear splitting and just is I hate it. And then I hate, like, don't get me started on this because I really don't enjoy whistling either when people just constantly whistle to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, that for me is very annoying.
Even when people are good at it, like they can carry a tune and they have like a
especially
little
when
drill.
they're good at it.
I know.
Yeah.
Andy Griffith.
Do you want me to go, Jeff, while you think?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. Something I think is really overrated because it kind of feels like I'm in one are saunas. I'm not a sauna person. I know there's been a big kind of jump in like little saunas that you can put in your yard or whatever. And I'm always just like want to get out as soon as I'm in there. I don't find them relaxing or fun to just like sweat and be really hot. I just don't get it.
Does that go for like everything? And what about steam rooms?
I like steam rooms more, but I still don't love them. I don't really even like hot tubs that much though. I just don't really like forcing myself to be really hot unless it's really cold outside. Then I enjoy a hot tub. So that's my overrated. My underrated is seeing movies by yourself. I don't know if we've done that one before, but man, I do that a lot here in Montana. And I like going to movies with other people too. I think there's like something to be said for both. But I really like going to movies by myself. I like not having to like talk about the movie after I come out. I like just being able to like fully immerse myself without any kind of distraction in a movie. So
is
I
that
really
just
enjoy
like
it.
You don't want to share your immediate thoughts, but you will want to talk about it later? Because sometimes we talk about movies and it's fun.
I enjoy it with you guys.
Too. I've heard you say that before.
I enjoy
like,
it with
to
you
me,
guys.
It's like if I watch a movie with a group of people, I'm excited to hear what they thought of it.
See, I guess what I don't like is when you go to a movie with like 10 people or something, and then you come out and everyone's standing in a circle and just kind of waiting for your turn to talk about the movie. It feels like a forced conference after something. And I kind of just want to marinate a little bit. Like I kind of just want to take a few hours to think about it. With you guys, I'm so close with both of you that I enjoy just to like give my immediate thoughts and hear your immediate thoughts. But sometimes when there's a lot of people, I really don't like it. I like going to movies by myself. I think it's great.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go underrated as well if you're still thinking, Jeff. So my underrated is, oh man, I have two and I couldn't choose between. I don't know. Should we flip a coin? I'm just going to go with both. Velcro shoes, underrated. Those things are sweet, dude. So easy. They're a little out of fashion, but like all it's going to take is just one really cool. We just need Timothy to throw on some Velcro shoes and we're back in business, baby. Let's go.
That's probably
Timmy,
true.
I know you're listening.
Timmy C, our guy.
And then my other one is stovetop pan-seared steaks. It's just a lot easier than getting the whole rigmarole going of the grill outside and the cleanup and all that stuff. Just throw a pan and some olive oil, do a little bit of salt and pepper. You're ready to go.
Yeah, I agree. You don't need to do a barbecue.
Okay, I don't know how to phrase this as overrated or underrated, but something that's like really bothering me, so maybe overrated, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like kind of overrated and underrated is dressing rooms. Like if I'm at a store and I'm like going to buy pants, I feel like I have to try them on, but it frustrates me because
Yeah.
so like I bought pants today and sometimes it's like 32s will fit me, but sometimes they're too tight.
Yeah.
So 33s I like expect to always fit me and maybe I'll just need a belt. So I found 33s. I'm like, I'll just get these. And then I get home and I tried them on and like can't even get close to like they're like 30s. I don't know why they advertise because like I didn't get like I have like 32s that I can wear right now. So it's like it's their sizing not being consistent. Like the sizing on pant waists are not consistent. And like some companies will even say like ours run a little tight and it'll be like a 32. And it's like, why does it say 32 then? Like, why can't we just
assign a
figure
number?
that out?
Yeah.
Mike, what size are you?
I wear 33s as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty mad about that right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
I actually hate dressing rooms. Like I hate that there's like such a process for it, you know? Like you have to go talk to someone and get it unlocked. And like I would love dressing rooms if you could just do it on your own. And I know that's like a theft prevention thing, but like how many of these employees are actually even paying attention, you know? It does like just let us go into the dressing room.
I always think about all the people, like how many other people have tried these pants on. And that starts to give me a little bit of the ick, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows what they've got going on down there?
That could go either way.
Who knows what I've got going on down there, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully you.
Let me check. It's looking bad, guys. I apologize to everyone else.
Underrated, I'm going to go with gambling.
Gambling.
Yeah,
I love gambling.
People give it
well.
a bad time. People say like gambling's bad, you know? It's pretty fun. You just like play cards. It's like playing cards at home is fun, but like it's kind of hard to always care how much if you win or not. But gambling, you always care if you win or not because there's something on the line. And
That's how I
sports
feel.
betting.
It always makes it more fun.
Like if I want to care about baseball, I'll just bet on baseball. And then all of a sudden, look at me, I'm a baseball fan.
Yeah. I played some disc golf the other day with my neighbor and it was our first game together, so we didn't bet anything. And I was bored after like 4 holes. But if there had been a little bit of money on the line, even just like $5, I would have been like fully locked in. But it was nice talking to him. He's
it
a great
wasn't
guy.
enough just to know you're a better disc golfer than
I wasn't. He beat me. He's great.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's some money on the line, I would have played a little harder.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do a couple listener questions. First one is from, a few people actually, but Miss Gianna asked, what's the name of the opening closing song you use? My BF and I are constantly duetting the high and low pitched vocals, like constantly all day. And then we had a few other people ask us about our opening music, and we've talked about this before. But Mike, do you want to kind of say how that happened, like with the genesis of our theme song?
Yeah, so right around the time we were starting this podcast up, I was actually involved with another project with a few other friends. Bill, actually, our editor now. So I sat down in the basement with his other friend, like our mutual friend, and we put together some music for that project. And this track is called Boss Fight Jungle with MIDI Voice 3-6. So that's you can put that name to it if you guys need one. It was going to be like kind of a video game centric project. It never really, we got off the ground, but just barely before crashing and burning in the face of Tooth and Claw, which was a much more immediate success. So there you go. Boss Fight Jungle with MIDI voice.
I remember when we started it, I had said like, hey, I want something that kind of sounds like jungle drums, but also like kind of ominous. And you were like, I've got just the thing.
I've got it locked and loaded. It's like 10 minutes later.
It was kind of just a placeholder for us where we like always talked about having like a professional, much more professional like group come in and make something for us. But every time we've suggested that, our network, Q Code, like other people, listeners are like, no, absolutely not. Don't ever replace it. So I don't think it's ever going anywhere.
It's here to stay.
Yeah. All right. This one's from Nathalie. Nathalie says, assuming I had no bear spray, would running away from a mother bear protecting her cubs make any sense? If I'm running away, I'm not a threat anymore, or would that just kick in her predator instincts? you don't want to run away ever from any kind of like potential predator, because it could kick in those instincts, or just fast movement in general when you're around cubs can trigger mom and make her feel like something's wrong. So backing away slowly is the move. Don't run.
The logic makes sense, though.
It
Like,
does. It
yeah.
does. And that's why I wanted to do this one, because I get what Nathalie is saying, but yeah, you don't want to run.
Tell that to Bowie.
Yeah,
To
tell
Bowie,
that
yeah.
to Bowie. Would it make sense to make yourself smaller while moving away? Like if you lay down
Yeah.
and roll away, would that be
You
smart?
don't want to lay down and roll away.
No.
But not looking intimidating with cubs is kind of the move. You don't want
Or
to be
maybe
intimidating.
like they don't really quite understand distance that much, like Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you like make yourself smaller, it'll all of a sudden think you're like a mile away.
Yeah, what about that?
I think just what I said earlier, backing away slowly, not being intimidating with a female in cubs is the move. But this one's from Olivia. Olivia says, favorite late night snacks or munchies? What do y'all think?
It's been tough for me because I'm trying not to eat as unhealthy as normal, so I don't have a lot of stuff in my house. But then I get those late night urges, and I'll just scrape together anything I can, you know? Like
Combing through the carpet
Anything.
like a meth addict.
like if there's a cough medicine that has enough sugar in it, I'm there.
Cherry flavored. I'm more of a salty guy at night, it turns out.
Oh,
So like
interesting.
popcorn and lately Cheez-Its. I've really
Okay.
been craving Cheez-Its a lot when the clock strikes 12.
For
What
me, it's
type? Just original?
Extra toasted is the ones I've been going
Ooh,
for.
extra toasted. They
Uh,
knew what they were doing when they gave it that name.
yeah.
I'm an Oreos and milk kind of guy. That's what I crave late at night. It's my favorite treat, and I'm always like, I'm just gonna have two. Two will be enough, and then
Never
I end
enough.
up having like 6 or 7. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the one treat that I always have in my pantry are Oreos. That's just kind of my one that's always there. All right, this one's from Doodle.
Recently, I've been really into Ben and Jerry's salted caramel cheesecake cookie ice cream.
Ooh, that
Oh,
does sound
man.
good. That
It's
sounds really good.
good.
Yeah. All right. Doodle P says, hey guys, my fiance and I started doing this new thing where we give claw ratings to things other than animals. He's not a listener, but I am, and I gave him a list of my 10 claw animals, and it just started from there. Like, what's a 10 claw fruit, or what's a 10 claw meal? What are some things that aren't animals that you would rate 10 claws? I'm just going to take that first question and use that one. What's a 10 claw fruit for you guys?
Peaches and mangoes are my two most consistent 10s.
Yeah.
They're not
I'd
always
probably
10s,
say-
but yeah.
Loco's always my favorite, so Montana cherries and Utah peaches.
Yeah, Montana cherries is a great pick. They're definitely a 10 for me. I would also say, for me, like strawberries and pineapple are the two that I just always enjoy and are always good. Like if I go to a hotel and they have fruit out in the morning, those are the two that I'm most likely to take, I think. So,
Okay, a couple of quick ones too. I just asked for 2000s themed listener questions on Instagram. Madge Hodgkin7 asks, best 2000s song for a school dance. I'd say Enrique Iglesias, the one that played at like every church dance.
is it Bailamos? Bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos.
Well,
Que
are we
quiero, mamacito, bailamos.
a club banger or like a slow dance song? Because those are two. Like Kiss by a Rose is going to be the slow dance one for sure, right? Seal? Or is
Yeah.
that a 90s song? I forget.
I think that's 90s. That is
Overall,
90s.
I'm going Lil Jon, East Side Boys, Get Low.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to
That's
get
my pick,
everyone
too.
going.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt. Without a doubt.
Or Apple Bottom Jeans.
Get Low is mine too.
Top 3 Disney Channel movies. Did you guys get into any of the Disney Channel original movies?
No, I never watched
Neither of
one.
you?
Brink?
Okay, I'll
is
just
that a
take
Disney
this
Channel
one.
movie?
Brink, Johnny Tsunami for sure, and then probably that Even Stevens movie they made. 3, or the girl who dirt bikes, was it the Supercross or whatever. That was a good one.
Yeah, I put those
Camp
on my
Stack-
list.
Wants to know Christina or Brittany.
Brittany.
Yeah.
I
Christina's,
think
it's,
for me too. I'm
it just
surprised
feels
you guys went that
I
way.
know. I really like Christina a lot.
I I was like the perfect age when Britney Spears came out to be like having
Jacking
Britney
it.
Spears come out. I just remember that Rolling Stone cover and being like, "Oh, I'm in love," you know. So that, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was Hillary Duff, but Britney of
Ooh.
those two for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going like music or who we think is? Because I'm actually
I thought
more
it
of a
was
Christina
hotness.
Aguilera as far as like I'm attracted to her a little more than Britney even. But I do
I
like
thought we were
doing
Britney's
this.
music.
I think it's
Yeah.
a combo. It's like saying
Okay.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, but it's Britney or Christina Aguilera.
I like Britney's music a lot more too. So she takes it for me all around.
Yeah.
Ashlyn Pierce wants to know favorite 2000s animated movie.
Hmm.
I mean, that's like my favorite Pixar era, I think. So maybe Wall-E.
Wall-E. Spirited
Or-
Away, I think, was 2003, and that's my favorite animated movie ever.
yeah.
So
That's
that's
a good
gonna
Oh,
be
one.
mine.
yeah.
Emperor's New Groove was 2000. I really like that
Oh,
movie.
that's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
movie.
I feel like that was the last like really good classic Disney movie.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Kylie Elizabeth asked best pop punk song of 2000. So not your favorite, like pop punk. So yeah.
Yeah.
The best
We've-
pop punk.
Opened up a real Pandora's box here. I was very squarely in the pop punk scene in like early 2000s. That was it for me. This is a hard one for me to pick the best.
I mean, mine would have to be Cute without the. It's like my favorite song ever.
Yeah.
You think that counts?
That's a good pick. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like emo pop punk.
Sure. It's close
Taking Back
enough that
Sunday.
I think that
Yeah.
counts. I was going to go
Yeah.
somewhere emo too, like Teenagers or Helena from My Chem, but
If I gotta go less emo, I'll take the what's their name? Oh, I just had it. The like lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte.
Interesting. Yeah. This is really hard for me, actually.
Maybe
I
a
think I
Sum
kinda
41
needed
sneaks in
some
there.
time for the dude. Sum 41 is really fun. I thought about
Yeah.
that for a second too. Man, I don't know. I'm having
gotta
a hard
say
time
one, dude.
picking.
like this is different from your favorite. So
Right, because I like my favorites were
Yeah.
like weren't even pop punk necessarily, but it would have to be a Blink song for me
Blink.
probably.
There it is.
Nah, Weezer's not pop punk.
Nah. Garage rock.
Yeah, I would say probably like from the 2000s, I'd have to say like maybe Feeling This by Blink might be my favorite like pop punk song, but I don't know. I don't feel good about that answer, but that's
Well,
just what I'm going to say.
We can talk
for
about
now.
it more later if you.
Yeah.
You can have Good Charlotte if you want.
I don't want to try that. Yeah. Yeah. My mind went to MXPX because they were my favorite
They
pop
were the
punk
most
band in
pop
like 2000.
punk too.
Or Anthem by Zebrahead.
I'd say they were the most punk of the pop punk bands too. So like
I
I don't know. They were real punk people that really liked
They didn't
MXPX.
even like swear or anything.
I know, but they still had they did have some credibility in that scene. They really did. All right. Well, thank you guys for sending in questions, both our subscribers and our listeners at large. Again, another benefit to subscription is we have a whole thread on our Patreon channel where people could submit questions. We don't get to all of them. There's a lot of questions on there, but it is a higher chance of having your question read if you are a subscriber. That's it. That's it for the
That's
news
it.
stories. That's it. Zip. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Love you. Polar bears have dark skin.
All right. See ya.